What is going on, guys? Welcome back on track with Jack, and welcome back to another video. We are back here at K1 Circuit Winchester for the new first round of the new season, 2026 season of the Semi-Pro series. We are in the heavy class. This is D main. I know I'm still in D main after doing this for almost a year, but you know what? We're towards the front, and that's okay. You got my buddy Jasper pulling off right in front of me in P6. We're starting P8. And you can see the UI overlay is a little bit different. I have a current up in the top left. I actually added a timer for you guys. It's not much, but I feel like it's cool. I'm trying to up my editing game. All right. Moving on, we're coming off the formation, coming around turn 12 here. Setting up into the tram lines for the drop of the green. Now, visibility was a little poor. All of our visors were fogging up. I get a little bit of a gap here because I can't see it. I'm just looking at the flag. Green flag drops. My buddy Jasper immediately cuts over to the middle of the track, trying to block out our friend Easy E, who is in P7. I come up. We go through the RMC pretty clean. Get up past Easy E up into P7. And we're going about almost 4 wide up here onto the top of the hill in turn 4. I get past 2 cards here. And here, stuck in P5, I apparently didn't learn from last month, leave my inside open, and we're going side by side down the S's. Now, even though I do fall back behind here again, I know that I have some pace down the S's, especially with my weight. I can have some downforce. Get this guy, cart 43, a little nudge. Buddy Jasper goes up past the next cart, up here. Now, this is a pretty eventful lap 1, even though we were the cleanest race all night. The other 3 races before us all had big shunts or big crashes. So we were all kind of scared, but still trying to race hard. I get here, slip past the number 1 cart, get back into P5 as we go down here, downhill into turn 11. I take the inside as soon as I clear the cart. Cart next to me is a little wide, but he's going to have that straight line speed because of my weight. So I try to tuck it in the slipstream right here. We're going down this 750-foot back straight down to the final corner and take the middle a little bit here, trying to get some defense going. We both go out super wide as I just lose a little bit of the grip somehow. They switch the front of these tires from hards to mediums, compound tires, so a little bit more front grip, at least for quality, but they were starting to fall off towards the end of the night. I get a good run out here into turn 4. We're going almost side by side. He goes super wide on the apexes, and I just managed to tuck in. And this time I actually learn, take a little bit of a defensive line into the S's. Slows me down a little bit on the entry, but I'm able to get it back with my downforce through the downhill S's. Coming back here out of turn 7, going back up the second part of the hill on the south side of the track. Now I have a lot of time to gain against Jasper and the cart in front. We're just going to come around that hairpin, come up to turn 9, and then 10. I'm still trying to get that turn 9 right. Can never get it right. It's kind of it's probably one of the harder corners, just because of its weird downhill then uphill braking zone. Come around the hairpin here of turn 11, back down the straight for the second time. We only ran 9 laps this race, but it was still a pretty eventful race until the checkered. Right now, we're just trying to catch up a C. Jasper almost take the inside, but he backs out last second. So we're going to start lap 3 here. You can see I'm slowly gaining on them as I come through the first sector here. Now I get a lot of time through turn 3, which is that banked corner that we just went through, and then the S's. Because of my weight, I get a little bit more grip into the ground, especially with those mediums. Speaking of, we're coming back through the S's here. You can see they're getting closer and closer with almost every corner. Come back up the hill here. Now, I really liked how I take this turn 8 right here. I feel like I have a good braking point for it. And they almost go side by side again, this time through turn 9, which is definitely not the spot where you want to go side by side. Which I will definitely not listen to my own advice later. Yeah, I feel like I have a pretty strong last sector of this track, as you can see, as I've caught up really well up to Jasper up ahead. They're starting to pull away again because of the weight difference, but I get all that time back as we come through the final corner. Closest I've ever been. I'm going to start lap 4 here. That last lap was my fastest lap. And I think it was the 3rd fastest of the race, which is pretty crazy. So I know I have pace, especially with these guys. Not all of them are first timers, which is what happened in December actually, which is kind of crazy. And here me and Jasper are almost side by side into the entrance of the S's, but I kind of back off to get a little bit of a better minimum speed, as he has to scrub off a decent amount in the entrance. Kind of touch the back of Jasper's cart, and I actually follow him through past, was that the 43 cart? I don't know, I didn't pay attention. But we both follow him through, and I'm on the podium now. You're fighting for a podium with my buddy. I try and give the message to the cart behind to try and work together and push me. Kind of tap Jasper there as we come through turn 10. There again, I can see me trying to get the cart behind to work together. He does so. I give him a little nod, like, yes, keep doing that. Pause. Yeah, we're coming back down. Tell him, let's keep moving forward. Coming around turn 12 here, I get an incredible run. We're going side by side here down the pit straight. He's going to kind of squeeze me into turn 1. I have to take too much of the curb, and I have to end up backing off into RMC right here. Did a little bit too much curb out of turn 3, slows me down. Gets me rotated enough, but it's just too much curb, and I have to lift off a little bit more than I would have liked to. Coming in to turn 4, that double apex hairpin. I hit both apexes pretty well. He has some good minimum speed though. Managed to keep it in front of me coming down into turn 5. Kind of gaps me through these S's here that I get it back. I get it back as he kind of has a moment out of turn 7. Back up the hill, I have a run. I'm going to throw it down the inside, a little bit late on the brakes. He's going to try and do somewhat of a switchback. We're side by side on the exit. He gives me a little wave. I give him a little wave back, and then we're going side by side through turn 9. That curb kind of scrubs off my speed. We both signal to work together. I have to kind of back off into turn 10 here. So he has a little bit of a gap here. I kind of see that there's a cart behind me, so I'm trying to shift into a little bit of a defensive line, kind of stating my intent, making sure that we're still trying to work together. And my buddy in front's kind of pulled a gap. We're going to get that back though, as he's not incredibly fast through the final corner as we come down. I'm trying to give him a little bit of bump draft, but he has a little bit more speed, top speed. Come here through. I kind of have a little oversteering moment there, so that slows me down. Don't really get the run I would have liked. We both kind of missed that second apex, which is more or less the more important apex, but we'll make it work anyways. Come back down through the S's, the second sector. He has another moment on the exit of turn 7. Gives me a little run, but I decide against it, as I'm not as side by side as I would have liked, so I kind of back off. He goes a little, not wide, he takes a good line, but it's not tight enough. The guy cart behind me is still pushing me, give him a nod. Again, a gap from the weight difference. I can take the center of the track, which is kind of counterintuitive to what I'm trying to communicate to the cart behind me to do. But I'm right here, I'm thinking I'm in a podium spot. I have no clue where the leader is. We're just going to keep pushing and hope that he kind of works together with me still. I lost a lot of time out of turn 11, but I gained it all back out of turn 12. Getting a little bit closer, but nothing to really make me consider a move just yet. Coming up the top of the hill. A little bit of a slipstream here, kind of make it a little defensive, and then here I actually get hit from behind. Now, I can't see what happened behind me. All I know is I got hit, and I assume they spun because I looked behind me and there was no one there, at least until the exit of turn 4. But I'll link the video to Jasper. He made an incredible docu episode about his about this race from his point of view, and I definitely recommend checking that out. Really well put together. But as you can see, we get side by side, but going back, I try to get his attention here. But going back to that turn 4 incident, the cart behind me actually, I guess, didn't expect me. As I come side by side, I yell inside. I have to lift off because he kind of forces me on the curb, which I tried again. You remember, I did that in December against my other buddy, Chase. And that worked. It didn't work this time. Going side by side through the hairpin here up to 11. The cart behind. He kind of hits me as he kind of understeers into me. I try to give him enough space, and he still ends up hitting me. It's nothing crazy. He probably slowed himself down more than he slowed me down. But yeah, definitely go check out Jasper's documentary. He's doing, I think, it for the entire semi-pro as we come on here to this penultimate lap. But yeah, he has a point of view of the race that I never saw because obviously I can't see behind me when I'm racing. But he hits me, spins, and kind of goes off into this left-hand side here onto the gravel. Give me a little boost, but you know, nothing really going here as I'm still behind on the penultimate lap here. Coming down through the S's for the second to last time. You can see I've been somewhat consistent with my lap times. I think this is like this most separate my lap times have been here. About 1.5 to 2 seconds is about where I am, which isn't consistent, but it's decent. We come back up here at the top of the south part of the track. And you notice there's a cart literally right behind me that you guys probably can't quite see. I'm take the inside here. Gonna slow myself down a little bit too much on the apex. Get a good exit though, so hopefully I need enough speed, but my weight is just too much, and I try to tell him to work with me, but he just kind of decides against that. Gets past me. I lose out on the podium spot here as we come onto the final lap. White flag waving. Checking the gap behind me, which isn't too bad. It should be able to at least hold fourth if I can. He has a little bit of a slide through RMC. I have a slide on the exit, which kind of ruins my opportunity to get a dive down into turn 4. So we come down here on the turn 4. He goes super wide on the apex, but he keeps a lot of minimum speed, which is how he's able to gap me a lot right here. Come down to the S's for the final time. Kind of gain a little bit, but I have another slide right there and right here, which kind of hinders my opportunity to get any more time. Like, there isn't really many opportunities here. But this far back, I'm not be able to catch him by turn 11 or even into these next couple of corners. So, just gonna try and make sure that I don't get overtaken from the cart behind. Jasper and Easy E, that's actually Easy E if you guys didn't realize, are going at it down here as we come down into turn 11. They are side by side, coming down into that hairpin. A little bit of a yellow flag as there's a cart off on the side. I don't know if it died or what, but yeah, unfortunate for the guy. The race moves on. They're coming down the back straight for the final time, around turn 12. And you can see they go side by side, and Easy actually just manages to edge him out at the line, taking P2, Jasper taking P3, me taking P4, which starting P8, going into P3 and P2 for like 2 seconds, and then finishing in P4, cutting my position digit in half. It's pretty nice. This was actually one of my better races here at Semi-Pro, except for when I had it in the rain last March, which I didn't get to record, or I didn't want to record. But overall, a good race. It was a lot of fun. I made a lot of friends. We have a nice little group going, so hopefully you guys can see some more of them, and hopefully we have some more good racing moments as the season goes on. The season changes, the season format changes, so instead of being 6-round seasons, 2 in the year, we're going to go January through November. And I just got a new job, and I should be able to do every single one of these semi-pros. I will have to miss I think one of the indoor K ones because of the job, but that's because it's moved to Wednesdays instead of Sundays. Man, I also just built a PC, so I have a little surprise series that I'm planning for you guys. Hopefully that gains some traction. I can have a nice little series out of it. Coming down, we're pulling down into the pits here. We're all just kind of celebrating. They're celebrating their podium. Obviously, I kind of just missed out, unfortunately. You can see the final classifications here. Finished 4th out of 14 in the D main. The night was 48th, so nothing too crazy. That's also where I stand right now in the championship. 91 points back, as they have a different point system. yeah, I appreciate y'all watching. The next video should be either the indoor kit one or, like I said, those PC video that I have planned, that series I'm going to start. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys back on track. Bye-bye.